This is Boyd the Broker. You know, I suffered a major stroke in 2021. Now I've become an example of what can be accomplished with dedication, family, and above all, hope. I'm willing to discuss anything so that others will find inspiration to recover as well as I have. And we're back on iHeartRadio with Boyd the Broker podcast. Just in case you haven't seen it anywhere, I'm Boyd, and we got Andy Dellenbach. Oh man, you know, coming from a guy with like perfect hair, what the hell? You got to show up with like hair that like competes against me. At least everybody else that's here, you know, it's like, geez, you got John Weaver and Tim O'Keefe there. My hair's a little bit better, but then I'm up against Dellenbach, and it's like, man, look at that. Come on, dude.
We're all part of the Good Hair Club.
Is this the Andy Dellenbach show? No, it's the Boyd the Broker show. Come on.
My bad. I didn't wear a suit for you.
So thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. And you're the Jimmy Miller Memorial Foundation. Tell us all about that. It was so kind of you guys to have me part of the Jimmy, and Nancy Miller and Jim Miller have and Jeff Miller have explained the foundation to me, and I got to meet so many people, and it was just such an honor to be part of it. But why don't you tell me your role in the foundation and a little bit more about what's been going on in the last 20 years, because I know it's been 20 years on the foundation.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was an original board member of the foundation 20 years ago, and about 6 years ago, I took over the foundation as the CEO, just recognizing what good work we were doing and how many more people we could help. And so when I got involved, we were probably running 30, 35 sessions a year with a variety of different populations. But coming out of the pandemic, I had realized that there was a lot of people that were suffering from trauma, as a result of the pandemic, and struggling with mental health and mental illness. And so when I got involved, we really we staffed up on the team and started to really expand our programming. And this year we're going to run about 90 sessions.
Wow.
We're now the largest ocean and surf therapy organization in the world, serving 8 different population groups.
And what you're talking about is ocean therapy, which is something actually that I had the pleasure of doing. So I came back from a stroke 4 years ago, and I had a connection with the water, and I lost it. And quite honestly, I didn't have any confidence to get back in. And it was the guys at the Jimmy Miller Foundation and Nancy that took me out there. And you were there that first day, where it just gave me the confidence. And unfortunately, what that means is that anytime I go back through water now, I'm going to need a couple guys with me every time. But maybe if you guys are open to it, we're going to do it. But it gave me the confidence. It made me feel normal again. And how about that? How about with mental health and just to be able to feel normal again? And I thank you guys for that. So I assume I'm not the first one to tell you this, but how does that make you feel that your organization and the group that you're with and in charge of, quite frankly, help people like me and others?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for having the courage to come out and try it. I know after having a stroke and being out of the water for the amount of time you were, it's not easy to get back in. You lack confidence and you're not sure. And, depending on the surf, and do you still have the mobility that you did prior to the stroke? And, you have all these expectations to want to live up to it. So it's tough. But I will say this, our team is amazing. The guys and gals are so good at getting people in the water and making feel comfortable. And that's really part of what makes JMMF special, is we don't just take people surfing. Really, surfing is just the catalyst or the hook in order to get people together. And it's about that community bonding and that community spirit of building a sense of community and belonging, and building people up and building their confidence to get in the water, to try something that either they've been fearful of, it's been something that, makes them anxious and they're not sure. A lot of people that do grow up around the water are really uncomfortable around the ocean. They think everything in the ocean wants to eat them, right? And in our case, we're like, no, the ocean is a playground, and we're here to help you experience that playground. And so we take people in the water, and surfing is the catalyst where those bonds that were created on land prior to the session are really solidified. People trust us. It helps people that have social anxiety, that have been socially isolated. They're struggling with trauma. When they get together with our group and we take them out surfing, it helps to reduce those barriers and to reduce that anxiety and also build the self-efficacy of all of our participants. So I think you realized that, and you were able to testament with that.
No doubt about it. That's impressive. And you know, we could talk about this for 30 minutes, for an hour. I hope that you'll accept my invitation to be on our next podcast. I think we're going to have to do several podcasts just to talk about what the JMMF does for everybody and truly experience what Jimmy Miller was, and what a collective group of people with the best, most genuine intentions can do for the local community of the South Bay. So thank you.
Yeah, I'd love to come back on. Thanks for this opportunity. You're trying to explain the physiological and the psychological effects of thalassotherapy, the in or around saltwater, is difficult in a 5-minute segment, but I'd love to share some stories and some testimonies from some of our participants next time we get together.
Wow. Well, that's it. Thanks again, Andy. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Boyd.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm Boyd the Broker. I appreciate you tuning into my podcast. I live in the real world. Where do you live?